Imagine a place where a single disruption can shake the entire global economy. A narrow stretch of water, just a few kilometers wide. And yet, every day, nearly 20% of the world's oil passes through it. This is the Strait of Hormuz. But something new is happening. Not a full blockade, not a declared war. Something more subtle. An informal checkpoint system may be emerging, controlled by Iran. At the same time, the United States has issued a direct order: ignore Iranian instructions. And while this silent confrontation unfolds, global oil flows are already changing and possibly shifting toward China. To understand what's happening, we need to understand why Hormuz matters. This is the world's most critical energy choke point. Between 17 and 20 million barrels of oil per day pass through here. Countries like Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, UAE all rely on this narrow corridor. If Hormuz slows down, the world feels it immediately. Prices spike, markets react, governments panic. This is not just a regional issue, this is global. Now, something unusual has been detected. Maritime tracking systems, AIS data, show that some ships are no longer following the normal route. Instead of staying near Oman waters, they are deviating north, toward Iranian-controlled waters. Specifically, they pass between Larak Island and Kashmir Island. This is not the standard shipping lane. Analysts believe this could be the beginning of a verification corridor, a place where Iran can monitor ships, identify cargo, potentially control passage. Not officially, but effectively. This is not happening in a vacuum. Over the past year, Iran has already increased pressure on shipping. Several tankers have been seized, redirected, and inspected, near or inside the Strait of Hormuz. These actions send a clear message: Iran is willing to intervene directly in maritime traffic. Now, with this new corridor, that pressure may become more structured. Then came the official signal. On March 12, Iranian authorities declared ships must coordinate with the Iranian Navy to cross Hormuz. This is a critical shift. Because Hormuz is not Iranian territory, it is an international transit strait, and yet, Iran is now acting as if it has control authority. This creates a new reality, a soft control system over global energy traffic. But the most explosive element is this. Reports suggest Iran may allow passage only if oil is traded in Chinese yuan. If confirmed, this is not just about shipping, this is about global financial power, because oil has been traded in dollars for decades. Changing that means weakening the petrodollar, strengthening China's economic influence, and reshaping global energy markets. Hormuz becomes not just a choke point, but a currency battlefield. And the impact is already visible. Traffic through Hormuz has collapsed. Between March 1st and 8th, only 6 China-linked vessels crossed the strait, just 10% of normal activity. Major shipping companies are avoiding the area entirely. Even Chinese operators are cautious. This is no longer a normal shipping environment. Now, the United States has responded. The US Maritime Administration issued a clear directive: ignore Iranian orders. Ships must stay close to Oman waters, avoid Iranian naval units, and continue transit without deviation. This is a direct challenge to Iran's position, but it also increases risk, because two conflicting authorities now exist in the same narrow corridor. And that's how accidents, or escalation, begin. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia is adapting fast. Instead of relying on Hormuz, it is redirecting oil through Yanbu on the Red Sea, using the east-west pipeline. Dozens of supertankers are already heading there. This bypass avoids the entire risk zone and shows how quickly global logistics can change. But nothing comes for free. Shipping costs are skyrocketing. VLCC tanker rates have reached $460,000 per day, and routes from Saudi Arabia to China have increased by 140% in less than 2 weeks. This is the cost of instability, and ultimately, consumers around the world will pay it. So, what are we really witnessing? Not a full war, not a blockade, but something new: a controlled, selective pressure system on global energy flows. Iran is testing control. The United States is resisting, and China may be the silent beneficiary, because if oil starts moving in yuan, the balance of global power may shift. And it all starts here, in a narrow strip of water called Hormuz. ISO, this is where we are. Not a war, not a blockade, but something far more complex. A controlled, precious system, applied to one of the most critical arteries of the global economy. Iran is testing limits, the United States is pushing back, and global markets are already reacting. But the real question is, who benefits if the rules of global energy start to change? Because if oil flows shift, if currencies shift, then power shifts. And what we're seeing in Hormuz today may be just the beginning. If you want to understand how geopolitics is reshaping the world in real time, make sure to subscribe, because here we don't just follow the news, we decode it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next analysis.